We need some intro music, but I'm imagining it's playing right now.
Me too.
Welcome. Look at those moves. Welcome to Big Cap Recap. We are renaming it today. Big Cap's taking over the small cap space, which is pretty wild. So we're going to break those down in a second. But in case you can't tell, Bryce and I are not in the studio. We're both at visiting our families actually up in New York, our hometowns where we grew up. So we're going to have a lot of these Zoom ones, but we'll keep it going for you guys. We're not going to stop this content train. So you guys love it. So give us some love. Leave a comment, like it. Let's spread this video around. We appreciate you.
Comment, like, and subscribe for more content, yo.
Swag.
Swag.
Tui, how was your day, my geyser?
Well, Matt, it was really good up until 3 minutes ago.
And then
I
you
shouldn't
the
say
house.
It was a decent day, and as we're gonna get into the big cap recap here, obviously, like the name of it. But I was up like $6 grand. I'm now red. I went big on a trade that literally just failed. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm right now I'm down $1,800. So like it's really big picture, pretty small. I went big, like I said, it was big on one trade, and I honestly think it was very much so worth the risk.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I lost some money on it too. It is Robinhood, HOOD. I've traded that one basically all day, just been scalping it. And end of day was in this really tight range. Decided to size up, take some bigger risk. So I did like literally 5 minutes before we started this. Not even. I took like a $5,000 loss on that, but I'm ending the day up about $15,000, mostly from Robinhood, anyways. But you know, if I was right, like it would have been, you know, Tui talks about this all the time. It probably would have been $25,000-$30,000 trade. Like, but we were wrong. So that's what happens. It's already curling back too. So let's pull up some charts here, talk about them. Share the screen. Bada boop. Bam. All right, here's Robinhood. This one is a recent IPO. Robinhood, they've been talking about IPO forever. Just insane move. Look at this. Like first day it got crushed. Everyone was like, haha, Robinhood sucks. And then we got this massive curl and it hit 84 today was the high, which is just insane. Huge squeeze. Big reason for the move today is options were actually, I believe today was the first day they're tradable. So all you degenerates out there on Robinhood are slapping the call options. And it does actually help the stock go up. So we got this massive squeeze out of the gate, which was insanity. Well, I was hoping for a panic. Didn't really get one. I mean, it was super choppy, just not like the panic I ever would buy. But I started buying it back. I want to say my first buy was here for like a little bounce. And then I bought it over VWAP again, sold it in this perk. And then I bought over here again. I was just scalping it all day. And then my loss I just took on it was in this range here over 68 and the high was like 70. Really looked like it was going to perk up and then ramp up and possibly test highs again. That was what the trade I was looking for. So I took like 2,500 shares and got stopped out when it slammed down. That's trading, can't win them all. But the risk reward was there, right? So we were risking about $2 a share on this one to make $10 a share plus 5-to-1 risk reward. Like, I mean, that's the position you want to be in every single day. So no regrets there. The other one I took was BTBT, which honestly is shaping up to be a pretty decent play this afternoon. You know, there's about an hour left in the day as we record this, but I missed really the ideal entry, which would have been, you know, in the 1250 area more or less. And I don't want to chase it up here, but we got in on the, you know, this was basically, was this a third day surge? I can't remember. Yeah, it was third day surge / breakout mix this morning. I got in pretty early on out of the gates. Once it held a higher low, I moved my risk up. If we throw the close indicator on, you can probably see it. Obviously held green all day, which is huge, great thing you want to see. This higher low was critical, added. I actually think I sold most of my shares in this spike here in like the 1140s, 1130s, 1140s. Clearly underestimated it. It just grinded up to 1350. I just didn't have the patience. Really no reason for me not to have the patience. Just simply, I just didn't have the patience. But it's good to see follow through on this one. We haven't seen much follow through. So that's exciting. And obviously now we're over 13 again, and it's shaping up to be a really good trade in the afternoon. Bitcoin is strong as well. So.
Well, you brought up a good point that kind of, you know, gets me thinking. There, before I get into my trades, this is just kind of another one of those nuggets. A lot of, you know, there's a difference. I think there's a difference, and I play them differently between like daily chart patterns and intraday patterns. Technically, they're the same, but like when I'm looking for a daily chart pattern, right, I'm looking for like a bounce or a breakout, or, you know, like we've been talking about a lot, the third day surge. But then on top of that, you also had the fact that it was a breakout. Like it wasn't just a third day surge that wasn't going to break out. Like if that pattern worked, it's also a breakout. And so it's like kind of, in a sense, two patterns working at once.
Yep.
Should have given us more conviction, because I also played BTBT and underperformed on it, if I'm going to be completely honest, just because I don't know, I was scared. As like, it's very related to Bitcoin, you know, it's too scary for me. And really, in the end of the day, it was two beautiful patterns working at the same time. Should have had more conviction on it, should have held for a bigger move, but pikers will pike.
Pikers will pike. All right, Bryce, your big trade was BYSI.
Yep.
Break it down for us here.
Yeah, so this one's kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie to you. BYSI is, you know, actually, man, that looks really nice right now too. So big gap up, massive gap up from like $9 up to 46.6 was the pre-market high. And obviously way too extended, would never buy this out of the gate. But then when it failed to break down, it opened, you know, pretty far under VWAP, failed to break down, and then had these VWAP tests that were just massive stuffs, but still holding lows. That was my first, you know, I don't know what the word would be, like inclination. Is that a word? Did I say that right?
Right. You're right.
Yeah, that was my first, like, okay, I need to keep this on watch now. And then once it just started consolidating really well under VWAP, sure, you can say, okay, well, yeah, it's bearish, it's under VWAP, but I'm thinking to myself, well, it was easy to borrow stock, so chance for a squeeze was definitely there. And then on top of that too, we also had the fact that, like, I don't know, it was basically just, we haven't had one of these wild gap ups in a while. Had actually good news, and one of the big reasons I think a lot of shorts were attracted to it was because they could do an offering, right? Like they had a shelf or whatever they could dump at the market. And that doesn't mean they are doing the offering, but for some reason that really adds a lot of conviction, and understandably so, I guess, adds a lot of conviction as a short seller, knowing they can do an offering, but they hadn't done anything yet. And with such good news, I figured, you know what, I'll take a gamble. It was really a 50-50 trade. You know, you had a lot of noob shorts that were in it because it was easy to borrow. And then you had a lot of noob chasing longs because, oh, it's up a lot on really good news. It happened to work in my favor. I had to have a little bit of a wider risk. I took like 2,500 shares at, I think it was a 24.50 average, selling up into the first push into the 26.70s over VWAP, and then again into the 28s. I actually let it tap 30 and come all the way back down on me with my last 500 shares, because, you know what, I was like, it's worth a shot. This could go to this could go be the wild runner. And I figured, you know, worst case, I'm gonna basically make $1,000 on my last 500 shares. Happy with the trade. I made about 55. I think I made $5,000 on it actually. So yeah, really happy with how I traded it. And I also traded BTBT, but I think I actually did worse on that than Matt. Even more of a piker, locked in like $2,500 on it.
Nice. God dang.
But yes, and then I took, yeah, man, bummer. Hood with the breakdown. I just lost a lot of money on Hood. Same reason, I'm gonna say the same thing. You know, I took 3,000 shares at like 69.90. Got stopped out on that, basically at the low of that like 67.70 break. Happens, part of the game. I basically took $2,000 in slippage.
Higher risk.
And you know what? Slippage is part of the game. Everyone's like, oh, how do you avoid it? Don't avoid it. Account for it. I would not have taken 3,000 shares if I wasn't okay. I knew that was going to be a really bad break if it broke, and
right,
part of the game. Accept slippage and take smaller size if you're scared of it. That's why I took smaller size on BYSI. Was scared that if it broke a key level, we're halting down.
Totally. And then we have other ones, MRNA. Look at this beast of a move here.
I saw people talking about that. Yeah.
Yep, huge move on this one today. Look at this chart though, crazy. Just woo. What's the other one? There's another one running too. I can't remember the ticker.
Wow, man, that is crazy. 433.
Yeah, look at this. Just basically a 52-week breakout, and it's up 100% in like 3 weeks.
And something that's like also, you know, interesting to note about MRNA is that you kind of had like a daily short trap right on the 20th. Massive overextension. Technically a first red day.
Crazy volume.
Yeah, crazy volume. A lot of short stuck. And
do you remember how much it panicked on that day?
Yep.
That panic was wild.
Yep. And so you have
Look at
shorts that are just underwater, consolidating above that day's high. And if we're going to be completely honest, that much volume indicates that was not all day. Like, most of this probably wasn't day trading.
No, yeah,
Right?
that's crazy. Some
You're
insiders.
gonna have longs that want to
yeah.
chase back because they sold at the high and now they're buying higher. It's, oh man, that is just gorgeous.
Yeah,
Gorgeous chart.
So that's what we got. Big cap,
I guess
large
this
cap.
kind of was more like a big cap recap now, that because my biggest trade was BYSI.
That's what I'm saying. Big caps took over today. I don't know what's going on, but it's big cap recap.
I love it. I love it. Big cap recap. Yeah, we'll definitely be doing more of these Zoom calls for the small cap recap. This is kind of fun. Hopefully I won't be in my bed next time. I just don't have a chair at my desk.
How
My
much
brother
last month and you don't have
me.
a chair at your desk?
My brother snagged it because I'm not here.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Important thing I just want to close on is, like, yeah, we're calling it big cap recap, and that's what traders do. They trade what's moving. It doesn't matter. When OTC stocks are moving, that's where we are. When sub $1 stocks are moving, that's where we are. Small caps, large caps, big caps, it really doesn't matter. We're just trading the volatility, trading the patterns, and it really doesn't matter what stock I trade on any given day. I'm just trying to basically trade the same pattern.
To just add that one quick thing is, most of the time, right, the more volatile stocks are the small caps. They're lower float, volume affects a lot more. But as you see on things like Hood, what was that up at the top today? Like 50%?
I just closed down StocksToTrade, but yeah, it was
like, a $50 billion company though, right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Moving that much, no, trade the volatility.
It's probably like $25 plus a share.
That's
like the first 10 minutes of the market open, which is crazy.
That is just so insane.
So, all right, everybody, thank you for watching, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow. So, subscribe, close it out, Bryce. Say something funny.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Boom, that's it.
Catch you guys tomorrow.
Peace.